Today we have 300 cows. Currently we are producing 38 litres per cow, and in the winter we reach 42 litres. We provide feed 3 times a day. The floor cleaning system includes a 40,000-litre tank, and we have some passage valves to clean the floor.
The bedding maintenance is done twice a day. This is our milking parlor with 18 milking units, 9 on each side. Here we can milk approximately 100 cows per hour.
Jesse sent a message saying that he won't be making videos anymore because you haven't subscribed to the Santa Fe channel. So subscribe now, and he will continue recording on farms around the world.
Welcome everyone to our Santa Fe channel in English. I'm here with Erdman at Farm 107. I'll show a little about the management and feeding on this farm. Please introduce yourself to our channel.
Good morning, and thank you very much for visiting. My name is Erdman Schroeder. We are here at Farm 107, and welcome to today's video.
Very good, thank you. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, and have a great day.
My name is Erdman Schroeder. We started this farm around 2009 or 2010. Before that, we had our farm in another location, and later we moved here to produce milk. Currently, we have a herd of 300 cows, with 229 in production at the moment. We operate under the compost barn system and are currently conducting our archaeation. Until now, the system was open air, but we have already begun transitioning to keep all cows under cover, inside the compost barn. Our current daily production is 38 litres per cow, and in winter we reach 42 litres. The production average varies between 38 and 42 litres, depending on the time of year. With intense heat and the drying off period of some cows, our current average is 38 litres, totaling around 9,000 litres per day. The milk fat content ranges between 3.2% and 3.4%, while the protein content is at 3.3%. Feed is provided 3 times a day. We work with Holstein genetics using artificial insemination and imported embryos from the Netherlands to improve our herd. The compost is turned over 3 times a day to ensure proper drying. This process is carried out daily.
How long does the ventilation system operate and how much time does it stay on?
It depends on the temperature. During hot periods, the fans run 24 hours a day, cycling on every 3 minutes. When temperatures drop at night, we usually turn them off. The base of the diet is corn silage, which is the main component, combined with high moisture grain and a balanced concentrate feed. Currently, we formulate the diet for a production of 38 to 40 litres per cow per day, which is the standard we follow and prefer to use.
What strategies are used here to reduce heat stress in the cows?
Ventilation is provided by fans, along with a sprinkler system for cooling. Additionally, we carefully manage animal comfort. In the compost barn, we allocate approximately 15 square meters of bedding per cow. Previously, we worked with 12 square meters per cow, but for high production animals, above 40 liters per day, the ideal is 15 square meters. If the bedding becomes too damp, we apply agricultural lime to improve environmental conditions.
How long have you had the barns?
We started at the previous location. In 2018, we built part of the structure. In 2019, we expanded it. In 2020, we made another expansion. And in 2023, we completed the latest stage. We have been using this structure for 1 year now. We operate as a cooperative, and we have our annual Coprolanda event, which greatly supports dairy producers by facilitating experience sharing. This event plays a crucial role in keeping professionals in the dairy industry up to date. Currently, we have 9 employees. Our work method is highly protocol-driven, following well-established guidelines. Each worker has a specific role, and we strictly adhere to schedules to ensure that each task is completed within the designated time, especially those that are part of the daily routine. We work in 3 shifts. The first shift starts at 5 a.m., the second shift at 1 p.m., and the last shift at 8 p.m. Regarding reproduction, we select the best cows and perform 2 inseminations with sexed semen. If a cow repeats estrus, we use conventional semen. For animals with reproductive difficulties, the last option is embryo transfer. Currently, our conception rate per service varies between 40% and 50%.
Is milk payment based on milk solids like fat and protein or not?
No, payment is based on fat content. The base is 3.2%. If we reach 3.4% or 3.6%, the payment increases slightly. If the milk has less than 3.2% fat, we receive a lower amount.
Do the fans run 24 hours a day? Are they never turned off?
During hot periods, yes. When temperatures drop, we turn some of them off. In this barn, we don't have automation for this control, but in the other one, we do. There, the fans adjust their speed according to temperature variations.
What is the cost of electricity here? Is it expensive?
I would say no, it's a reasonable price. Here in our region, in Paraguay, we have a very affordable energy cost compared to Brazil.
What is the available area for corn cultivation?
Here on this property, we have 47 hectares. In addition, we buy silage from neighboring producers and farmers who grow soybeans. Most of the silage comes from second crop corn. 15 days ago, we harvested a crop and now we are replanting. Our expectation is to produce silage by the end of May.
And after that, what will be done?
We plant oats for cover and have the option to grow soybeans or high moisture corn. After a few harvests of main season corn, we have a period available to plant oats as cover. For floor cleaning, we use a 40,000-litre tank with a passage valve that allows us to wash the floors twice a day. The used water passes through a settling system where the liquid is reused. The solid fraction is discarded in grazing areas. Around here, we have a pasture area for fibre production, which is the only forage resource available on the property. At the same time, we reuse the separated water from the solids in the settling system. This settling system works as follows. The water used for floor cleaning enters the first section of the system. Then it flows through a set of pipes and filters, where most of the solids are retained. These solids are then reused for pasture irrigation. Additionally, we use part of this solid material in the compost barn bedding, helping to maintain the system.
The first thing we need to understand is that a cow's digestion is different from ours. For example, a cow produces milk fat from fiber and generates protein from microbial protein. Therefore, to increase protein content in milk, we need to include sugar in the diet. However, to raise fat content, simply adding fat to the feed is not ideal, as this can actually reduce milk fat. The correct approach is to provide more fiber. Until recently, our only fiber source was corn silage. For cows producing up to 25 liters, this was sufficient. However, we now have a herd averaging 39.5 liters per cow. We are in the peak of summer, with temperatures reaching 40 degrees Celsius, and in winter, production can reach 45 to even 50 liters. Under these conditions, maintaining a good milk fat level becomes a major challenge. That's why we adopted a system called pre-dried forage, also known as haylage in other regions. This process involves harvesting the pasture, letting it wilt slightly, and then ensiling it. We store this material and use it as an additional fiber source whenever we notice a drop in milk fat content. This is because this feed contains no grains, allowing for better diet adjustments. The nutrient recycling process is continuous. The pasture is cut 4 times a year. Cow manure is reused and applied to the pastures. This improves pasture growth, which is then consumed again by the cows. In other words, we maintain a constant nutrient recycling cycle, optimizing the production system.
Yes, we have a vertical mixer, and we load it using another tractor with a bucket to add the ingredients.
And how does the equipment maintenance work here? Because if there's a problem with this one, you don't have another to replace it.
No, we do the repairs ourselves right here. We don't have another option.
But there are many people around here who do maintenance, right?
Yes, we have technicians who carry out maintenance almost immediately. Additionally, in some cases, we can hire third-party machines to assist while the equipment is being repaired.
My name is Ruben Martinez, and I am responsible for Farm 107. This is the area for fresh cows, dry cows, and pre-partum cows. Here, fresh cows receive a special diet with a higher fiber and protein content to ensure a better start to lactation. On the other side, we have the area for late gestation primiparis and dry cows. They also receive a specific diet to promote a smooth calving and a good start to lactation. In this area, each animal has 70 to 80 centimeters of feed bunk space, and in the compost barn, we ensure 14 to 15 square meters per cow. Bedding maintenance is performed twice a day using a scraper to turn the material and ensure aeration, preventing moisture buildup. Depending on the climate and bedding humidity levels, we may add rice husk or sawdust to maintain optimal conditions. There is also a pre-dry group, consisting of cows from the high production group, where we initiate the drying off process with a specific diet. The goal is to gradually reduce milk production, preventing metabolic stress. On the other side, we have pre-breeding primiparis and those that have already been inseminated. These areas are covered. Some of the young stock remain in the compost barn. When they reach 10 to 11 months of age, they are transferred to this area, where they undergo reproductive management and are inseminated. Once they enter lactation, all cows remain under shelter. They are moved according to their production stage, and when they enter the dry period, they remain under cover, but with adjusted diet and management. Primiparis enter the reproductive program at 11 months old, when we begin breeding management. At this stage, they are moved out of the compost barn and kept under cover, where they are inseminated. From this point on, all animals remain in a confinement system. In 2024, we had cases of abomasum displacement, representing 2% of calvings. Out of a total of 250 calvings, we recorded 3 to 4 cases, a rate below the expected average. Fresh cow care is strict, with a balanced diet and nutritionist supervision. This management starts during the pre-partum phase, including the dry period, to prevent cases of abomasum displacement, hypocalcemia, and other metabolic disorders. These occurrences are kept at very low levels due to a strong focus on prevention. In herd management, we work with 6 different groups: dry cows, pre-dry cows, pre-partum primiparis, inseminated primiparis, pregnant dry cows, and pregnant primiparis. These groups have similar diets and are separated by electric fences and wire dividers. Each cow has direct access to the feed bunk and resting area. During feed bunk cleaning, the animals are moved to the bedding area, ensuring an organized routine. This process occurs twice a day. Our milking parlor has 18 milking units, 9 on each side. At the back, we have the holding area where we cool the cows before milking. We can milk around 100 cows per hour. Our milking routine follows a strict protocol. Pre-dipping application at the start, stripping the first milk jets, teat drying with sanitized towels, attaching the milking unit. The milking system is automated, featuring automatic milkers, individual milk yield measurement, and electronic cow identification. The data is directly transmitted to the management system, allowing for precise herd monitoring. For milk quality control, we work with Lactia, which provides us with reports on somatic cell counts and bacteriological analysis. We also conduct individual cow tests to identify those with high somatic cell counts, which are given specific treatment. My daily routine starts here in the office. First, I monitor the surveillance cameras and analyze the reports sent by the monitoring collars. With this information, I can identify sick cows or those with any kind of issue. Additionally, the system assists in calving management and heat detection. We use 2 integrated systems to optimize estrus identification, ensuring precise monitoring. This is the main screen of the system. Currently, our average production is 39.5 liters per cow per day, totaling just over 9,000 liters of milk per day. We have 225 cows in lactation and a total herd of 289 cows. Since we are in the dry-off period, 21% of the animals are in the dry phase. This system also helps us identify digestive issues, such as ketosis, as well as mastitis and other clinical conditions. The milk meter performs a milk quality analysis and automatically detects cows with mastitis. Additionally, we have estrus reports. For example, this animal went into estrus yesterday at 8 p.m. and is now ready for insemination. Since she will be milked at 1 p.m. and will pass through the chute, the insemination will be performed at that time. Estrus monitoring has been extremely useful because, as we know, the larger the herd, the harder it is to visually identify cows in heat. Moreover, some cows show very little movement, making visual estrus detection more difficult. However, this system is extremely precise, detecting even the slightest movements that indicate heat. Since our region has high temperatures and humidity, we also use a system that monitors heat stress levels. This allows us to identify groups of cows suffering the most from the heat and increase cooling efforts accordingly. Thanks to this monitoring, we follow a parameter that keeps heat stress within an acceptable limit. If we can maintain the cow's respiratory rate below 18 breaths per minute, it means the animals are not experiencing heat stress. My tasks for today include the dry-off process for 8 cows. These cows will be moved from the high production group to a different group, where they will receive a diet with less concentrate, gradually reducing milk production to 15 to 20 liters per day until the dry period begins. Additionally, this is one of the months with the highest number of calvings. This month, we will have 63 calvings. The system already provides a list of animals that will calve soon, allowing me to focus on them in advance. Another important aspect is monitoring estrus cows, those that are already within the ideal insemination window. We follow a strict protocol. From 70 days postpartum, we begin the first insemination. We can use fixed-time artificial insemination. We also take advantage of natural heats if the cow is in the optimal stage for insemination. These animals, for example, are those that are likely already pregnant. Here, we perform rectal palpations starting at 27 days post-insemination, repeating the procedure every 15 days, together with the veterinarian. If a cow has not shown heat at 21 days, there is a high chance that she is pregnant. This is the calf area. After birth, approximately 2 to 3 hours later, or as soon as the calf is completely dry, it is brought here. We milk the cow 3 to 4 hours after calving. Our main goal is to ensure that the calf receives colostrum immediately, in a quantity of 3 to 4 liters, depending on birth weight. The feeding program follows this routine. Days 1 to 5, 4 liters per day. Days 6 to 15, 6 liters per day. Days 16 to 60, 8 liters per day. After 60 days, the milk amount is gradually reduced until weaning. Weaning occurs when the calf reaches the ideal weight. From day 1, we provide free choice balanced feed, allowing the animal to gradually adapt to solid intake. Additionally, we offer hay, which is essential for proper rumen development. Water is also provided ad libitum, being refilled twice a day, always after milk feeding. This prevents calves from drinking excessive amounts of water due to thirst before feeding. This area houses newborn calves, and because it is a very humid region, we maintain an elevated and well-ventilated floor, ensuring a drier environment. After 15 to 20 days, the animals are moved to another area, where they stay in individual pens until about 30 days old. After that, they transition to the compost barn, where they are in a more open environment, allowing for greater freedom of movement for better development. The calf diet remains the same from birth to 90 days, consisting of a starter diet, which includes milk replacer and hay. This feeding regimen is maintained until 80 or 90 days of age, or until they reach the desired weight, with a growth target of 700 to 800 grams per day. This is the weaning area, where the animals are grouped in batches of up to 10 calves, ensuring that all receive proper nutrition. The primary diet at this stage remains the starter diet with milk replacer and hay, both of which are essential for good development. After weaning, the calves remain in this area until 5 months of age. After that, they are transferred to another group, where they start receiving the growing heifer diet, which includes silage, allowing for greater weight gain. At 11 months old, the primiparis are moved again to the compost barn, where they begin pre-breeding management and artificial insemination.
Here, we have the Tifton pasture, where a subsurface irrigation system will be installed. Every 50 meters, there will be a water outlet allowing for direct irrigation of the area. At the moment, irrigation is done manually using hoses. In this area, we keep the growing primiparis, including pre-breeding primiparis. This group is part of our ongoing genetic improvement program, utilizing embryos and sexed semen from high-quality bulls. Currently, we work with the best bulls, importing semen from the United States. The primiparis here are daughters of these elite sires. Additionally, we provide a specific concentrate for this group of primiparis, ensuring proper nutritional support for their growth and reproductive development. Once the primiparus are confirmed pregnant, they are transferred to the compost barn. I am Alvin Dweck, responsible for the balanced feed production plant at the Sommerfeld Cooperative. I am the commercial manager of the cooperative, meaning I oversee the entire animal nutrition sector. Everything related to animal nutrition falls under my responsibility. This is the balanced feed production plant, and this specific area is the warehouse. Here, we store the finished products of the cooperative. Currently, 95% of our feed production is dedicated to dairy cattle. The remaining 5% is allocated to beef cattle and poultry, while swine feed production is minimal, only supplementing specific farm needs. For us, quality is an essential factor, as we know that producers need high-level nutrition to ensure good productivity on their farms. Being a cooperative, we prioritize quality above all, as our primary goal is to provide producers with a feed that truly contributes to superior animal performance. For animals to achieve good productivity, nutrition quality must be ensured. Currently, our competitive strategy in the market is exclusively based on quality. Today, the only way to compete effectively is by offering a product that meets the highest standards, as there are many options available in the market. Producers have various alternatives, including large multinational companies, and if we don't ensure product excellence, we won't be able to compete with these large corporations. That's why, at the cooperative, our core principle is to guarantee high quality and maintain competitiveness in the market. To ensure this quality, we conduct rigorous testing on all raw materials purchased. We collect samples from each batch of raw materials and send them to international laboratories outside the country for detailed analysis. This quality control gives us the confidence that we are using top-tier ingredients in our feed production. Our main product is 22% protein feed, which is the most in demand. We also offer other formulations, including 20% and 24% protein feeds, as well as special concentrates with 30% protein. Additionally, we produce specific feeds for calves and primiparus, including 3 different types of starter feed for calves, formulated to ensure proper growth from the first days of life. We have 2 feed options for primiparus, plus 3 with a specific concentrate, totaling 3 types of heifer feed and 1 for calves, in addition to 3 formulations for dairy cows. All logistics are handled directly from the factory, and we have 2 external retail stores strategically located near the producers. This way, if a producer urgently needs the product, they can pick it up quickly. However, our logistics system is very efficient, as most producers are located near the facility. The furthest delivery we make is 45 kilometers, which allows us to maintain a well-structured distribution system, ensuring weekly supply for all producers. Every week, producers receive fresh feed, and the cooperative system allows each producer to place their weekly order, regardless of farm size. The order is entered into the system, and we generate a structured delivery list, meeting the exact demand of each producer. Some request smaller quantities, while large-scale producers place larger orders. This enables us to plan production efficiently. By Monday, we already know exactly how much of each product will be used throughout the week, allowing for precise logistics management. This eliminates the need for producers to store large amounts of feed, as the weekly deliveries ensure a continuous supply flow. In addition to bagged feed, we also offer bulk feed, which is stored in silos, eliminating the need for smaller packaging. For this bulk feed option, we have trucks equipped with hoppers, which deliver the feed directly to the producer's property. The producers who use bulk feed are mostly large-scale farms. This system reduces costs, as it eliminates the need for individual packaging. This part of the factory is responsible for producing pelleted feed. We have 2 pellet mills, and a large portion of our feed is available in this format, which is widely used by small producers. Many of these producers feed the cows directly in the bunk during milking, making pellets a practical and efficient option. However, we also offer non-pelleted feed, as many producers have invested in large-scale mixers with weighing systems, allowing them to use concentrates in their diets. With the increasing use of concentrates, we have also expanded into mineral supplements. In addition to balanced feeds, we offer mineral premixes, enabling producers to incorporate these elements into their herd's diet as needed. Thus, our product line is divided into 2 main categories: balanced line, complete feeds; white line, minerals and protein supplements. The cooperative also has field technicians who provide direct assistance to producers. Our team includes veterinarians and agronomists, offering specialized support to dairy farmers. Additionally, we provide an essential service for herd nutrition, the collection and analysis of silage samples. These samples are sent to specialized laboratories, allowing for a detailed evaluation of forage quality and enabling dietary adjustments to optimize productivity. We also offer the Penn State sieve service when the silage is harvested, as we consider it essential to monitor this process to guarantee the quality of the forage. Our aim is to ensure that the grain is well processed, cracked, and that the particle size of the chopped grain is correct. This allows the producer to make the most of the silage that is prepared to feed the herd. We currently carry out this silage analysis service in the field with several producers, ensuring better control of the quality of the feed provided to the animals. In addition, our nutritional database follows the guidelines of the NRC 2021. We have highly qualified technicians who undergo frequent training to keep their knowledge up to date. Our team of field technicians is always available to assist producers because, as most farms are close to the cooperative, we are able to provide assistance quickly and efficiently. The service is provided on demand. When the producer needs support, he contacts the technician directly, who travels to the property to help him when necessary. We don't work to a fixed schedule of visits, as we prioritize immediate and personalized support. In addition to individual technical assistance, we also give lectures and trainings to producers. To do this, we hire specialists who provide training, promoting the exchange of knowledge and the dissemination of best practices in dairy cattle nutrition and management. As a cooperative, our priority will always be the well-being and productivity of producers. We know that if the producer isn't efficient and profitable, the cooperative can't prosper either. That's why our number one focus is to ensure that each producer has good productivity and an excellent income, because their success directly reflects on the cooperative's growth and sustainability. In this part, we have grain replacement. Our main inputs are corn and soybeans. We also have a small oil extraction unit, where we produce our own expeller. However, this structure has become insufficient to meet our current demand. For this reason, we are acquiring soybean meal from international suppliers, but we still maintain our own expeller production. Corn is still our main grain, and fortunately, we have excellent quality raw materials in the region. We also use DDGs and other byproducts in our feed formulation, but high-quality corn remains the most important ingredient for us. The cooperative began its activities in the production of balanced feed in 1992 with a small plant. Over the years, we have expanded our structure, and today we serve 340 producers a week through our logistics system. Currently, 95% of our production goes to dairy farming. The average profile of the producers we serve is of farms with 40 to 45 lactating cows, with an average production of between 25 and 28 liters per cow per day. In some cases, this average can vary between 20 and 25 liters, depending on the management and specific conditions of each property.